The curse of Luka Doncic continues as the Dallas Mavericks are literally about to run out of players. What the hell are they going to do? But first, Lakers fans and Nuggets fans brawl in Denver. I'm Trevor Lane. Make sure you subscribe right here to the Basketball Bulletin, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. All right, so the Lakers, and I use that term very, very loosely, traveled to Denver to take on the Nuggets. Second night of a back-to-back in the midst of a 6-game and 8-night stretch. The Lakers opted to rest most of their team. No Luka, no LeBron. In fact, LeBron was in Sacramento watching his son Bryce compete in the CIF finals. No Gabe Vincent, no Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, Dorian Finney-Smith. Basically, the majority of the Lakers starting lineup, plus most of their key reserves, were all sat out for this game due to a variety of injuries, ailments, rest, all those sorts of things. And yet, the Lakers made it a real game. It was close down the stretch. The Nuggets won once again on a Jamal Murray bucket late. And I think that left fans on both sides feeling a little bit cranky. The Lakers fans not only having to watch their team lose to the Nuggets, despite it being primarily a third string group out there, lose to the Nuggets, especially on a Jamal Murray bucket. That's going to be frustrating. And then from the Nuggets side, watching your team, not a great sign moving forward when you can barely squeak past the Lakers' third string. So I think fans of both sides left feeling a little bit cranky. And here's what we saw in the aftermath. Lakers fans and Nuggets fans fighting in the hallways there in Denver. I'm just showing you a portion of this here, but you've got people on the ground wrestling. Punches were thrown. What a mess. And here's the thing. Look, I get it. There's animosity between Lakers fans, between Nuggets fans, right? It's the way it goes. They've played each other in the playoffs recently. Over the last 5 years, they played a number of times. I understand why there's going to be a little bit of hostility, animosity there. No, it's not like the Lakers-Celtics rivalry. The Nuggets may see it that way, but it's definitely not like the Lakers-Celtics rivalry or anything like that. But even if it was, even if this was Lakers fans and Celtics fans and not Lakers fans and Denver fans, there's no reason for this. Regardless of the level of the sports rivalry, at the end of the day, it's sports. It's not worth the potential physical harm. It's not worth the legal ramifications. I'll tell you the other thing that bothers me with stuff like this happens. Beyond just it's dumb because it's a sports rivalry at the end of the day. This is despite how passionate we all are. And look, I'm passionate, obviously. At the end of the day, it's sports. It's not worth it, in my opinion. But one of the things that I try to remember with situations like these, it's simple, right? I love basketball. You're here right now. You're watching this because you love basketball. There's a really good chance that in that building on any given night, there are a bunch of kids who are seeing their first game ever. And you want that experience to be magical because as much as we all love basketball, I want those kids to feel that too. I want their first experience in sports to be a magical one. And they're seeing a bunch of adults fighting, getting out of hand. That's not going to help the situation at all. That's not going to help young fans fall in love with the sport. So again, it's not worth it. It's dumb when people do stuff like this, and unfortunate too, to potentially ruin a young fan's first experience with the sport. There was a scary moment in last night's game. Lakers rookie Dalton Knecht, you saw this was late in the fourth quarter. His hands slipped off the rim on this dunk. Nobody hit him or anything like that. Just slipped, just an unfortunate accident. Hits the back of his head on the floor there. Fortunately, he's okay because, man, that was a scary moment in that game that could have wound up much, much worse for Dalton Knecht. Again, fortunately, looks like he's okay, though. I'd imagine he's going to be pretty sore today. All right, before we get into the Mavs and what's going to happen with this team that is literally running out of players, first I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsor, that is Prize Picks. Use our promo code Bulletin and get a guaranteed $50 on your first $5 played. Let's make a few picks, some big games, obviously, in the NBA tonight. The Warriors have been playing phenomenal basketball. They've been playing so well lately. So I see Draymond Green, 23 points, rebounds, and assists. Steph Curry, 25.5 points, taking on the New York Knicks. Pretty big game there. Moses Moody has played well for them lately. But I'm going to go with the new guy. I'm going to go Jimmy Butler. I'm going to say he gets more than 17.5 points. I like that one for him. Let's see what else we can find here. What about the other side of it? OG Anunoby, that's an interesting one. He's at 18.5 points. What about Jonathan Kuminga, 20.5? He's just returned to action, 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. You know what, though? I'm going to say Karl Anthony Towns shows up. They're going to need him in a big way. The Knicks are. So I'll go Jimmy Butler on one side, Towns on the other. A $10 play would win you $30. If you guys want to get in on it, use the link in the description down below. Then use that promo code Bulletin to get a guaranteed $50 on your first $5 played. All right, let's talk about what's going on with the Dallas Mavericks. Unfortunate injury for Dallas. Dante Exum is now out. I would assume he's going to be out for the remainder of the regular season. Dante Exum broke a bone in his left hand Friday night, leaving the Mavs with just 8 healthy players. Now, the Mavs, 8 players, that is the league minimum. You must dress at least 8 players for a game. So on top of that, the Mavs, not only are you now without Dante Exum, and again, I would imagine that's probably a season ender when you look at the standings. The Dallas Mavericks currently the 10 seed, and I think that's why it's not being considered necessarily a season ender just yet, because there is the potential that the Mavs could make their way through the play-in. But let's be real. The Mavs, even if they do make it through and they run into OKC in round 1, let's say, they're done. They're going home. It will be a very short playoff stretch. I would recommend not even bringing back Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford to the Mavs. But I do wonder if they're going to have to dress some of these guys that are hurt just to have enough players to legally satisfy the NBA's rules. Again, you have to have 8, and complicating things are that 2 of their healthy players are on 2-way contracts, Kessler Edwards, Brandon Williams, and Edwards only has 3 NBA games of eligibility left, and Williams 6. Dallas has 14 games left to play. So the Mavs have an open roster spot, but making things even more complicated, my God, this team is cursed, is that they are just barely below the first apron, which they are hard capped at. And under the CBA, for no reason, even if you're running out of players, for no reason are you allowed to exceed the hard cap. If you trigger a hard cap, you cannot exceed it for any reason. So $51,000 in the NBA, that's nothing. $51,000 below their first apron hard cap right now. They do have an open roster spot, but because you have to wait for veteran minimums to prorate to be under that number, the Mavs can't sign another player until they only have 2 games left to play in the season. So they're in big trouble here. They may have to actually dress injured players that are not capable of playing just to meet the minimum requirement, and then just put, say they have to dress 2 injured players, put 6 guys in the game and try to get through it. What a disaster in Dallas. You know, we talked the other day about owner Patrick Dumont's insane comments about why they completed the Luka trade and how it was a trade for the future, despite the fact that Nico Harrison said it was a trade about winning right now. They're contradicting each other. What a mess. Everything Dallas has done over the last 6 weeks or so has been absolutely wrong. They just keep tripping over their own 2 feet, putting out negative stuff about Luka, raising ticket prices despite the disdain for the club in Dallas right now, losing fans, kicking fans out of the arena when they're voicing their opinion about the trade. What a mess in Dallas. And now you've got the players on the team having to deal with the situation where there's literally not enough players to play in an NBA game. We're going to see guys who are physically not able to play putting on a uniform and being suited up just to meet NBA requirements. And then we're going to see like 6 guys get in the game for the Mavs. A very difficult situation right now in Dallas, and hopefully they're able to make it through. Once again, if I'm the Mavs, just find some way. Get through the remaining 14 games, call it a season. Kyrie Irving's ACL, I mean, as soon as that happened, the door slammed shut on this season. Just run out the clock on these final 14 games. Try to get through as healthy as you can and get ready for next year. I mean, look at this blurb from Hoops Hype. The Mavs losers in 7 of their last 8. Dwight Powell has been playing with stitches in his forehead after he ran into Kessler Edwards. There's no Derek Lively, no Daniel Gafford. They lost by nearly 40 last night to the Houston Rockets. And this is what Najee Marshall said after the game, who's played very well. He said, we're playing with basically no bigs. A lot of us are 6'7", 6'6" out there. Sengun is an all-star big. Other guys are 6'10". We're trying our hardest. We are doing with what we're doing right now. We have to get through it. Yeah, there's only so much the Mavs can do. Their only center has stitches in his forehead. My goodness, what a mess right now in Dallas, and unfortunate to see what's going on there. And now, pretty unique situation where they're literally about to run out of players and they're going to have to suit up injured players. This is going to be Chris Kaman laying across the bench meme. That's going to be the situation now in Dallas with Dante Exum and a broken hand. Everybody, give me your thoughts in the comments down below. Again, we want to thank all of you for helping us hit 20,000 subscribers. So pleased with the growth that we've seen here on this channel and the reception that it's gotten. Thank you to all of you who have been watching. If you want to check out our latest video, Donnie and I recorded something a little bit yesterday. I'll put that up on the screen right now. But again, thank you sincerely to all of you for subscribing. Till next time, see ya and stay safe.